बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम।
शुरू अल्लाह के नाम से जो रहमान और रहीम है।
इक़रा बिस्मि रब्बिकल्लज़ी खलक़।
पढ़ो ए नबी अपने रब के नाम के साथ जिसने पैदा किया।
खलक़ल इंसान मिन अलक़।
जमे हुए खून के एक लोथड़े से इंसान की तख्लीक की।
इक़रा व रब्बुकल अकरम।
पढ़ो और तुम्हारा रब बड़ा करीम है।
अल्लज़ी अल्लम बिल क़लम।
जिसने कलम के जरिए से इल्म सिखाया।
अल्लमल इंसान मा लम यअलम।
इंसान को वो इल्म दिया जिसे वो न जानता था।
Assalamu alaikum. We start our class with the name of Allah, who is most beneficent and ever merciful. Welcome to all students and parents in our new academic session 2020 and 21. This is class 7. Period is science and I am your science teacher. First of all, students, I would like to introduce your science book. Look at, this is your science book written by Ho Pak Lang and published by Marshall Cavendish. This book consists of total 10 chapters. In first semester midterm we will study only 5 chapters from chapter number 1 and to chapter number 5. Remaining chapter we will study in first semester final. Then I would like to introduce your copy. This is your science copy. What you have to do, you will fill this cover page. First of all, you will fill this cover page with your information, and then you will fill the basic information on this page by the help of your parents. And then what you have to do, you will maintain your index by different headings, like first semester midterm has been started, week number 1, session 2020-21, week 1, chapter number and chapter name with proper date. And you have to mention your index. Whatever you wrote in your copies, जो भी काम आप अपनी copy में करेंगे, you have to mention the work on the index date wise. After that, you will make the title page. First of all, you will make the title page of first semester midterm has been started, and then session 2020 and 21. After that, you will make the title page of this week number 1, chapter number 1, that is from cell to organism. This is all about copy maintenance. Now, this is your diary. What you have to do in your diary, first of all, again you will mention your basic information on this page, and also you will fill this page with the basic information by the help of your parent. After that, you will write the class schedule which is provided along with the content solution by the VCS. Then you will make another title page in your diaries, and that is first semester. You will make the title page over there for the first semester midterm has been started, and you will note down the diary after every video. Whenever you receive a video, we will give you the homework related to the lecture. You will write the homework on this page with proper dates. This is all about the diary maintenance. You have to write the diary properly. Okay, so this is all about the copy, diary and maintenance and the introduction of book. Let's start today's lecture of chapter number 1. And what is the name of chapter number 1? The name of chapter number 1 is From Cells to Organism. What is the name of chapter number 1? From Cells to Organism. If you look at the head of your chapter, you will find out two terms, that is cell and organisms. First of all, you have clear concept about the cell and the organism. Then we will start our chapter. So what is cell? Basically, cell is the basic unit of organism. What is cell? Cell is the basic unit of an organism. किसी भी organism का वजूद जहाँ से बनना शुरू होता है, that part is called cell. And what is an organism? An organism is a living thing. What is an organism? An organism is a living thing that have organized structure can grow, develop, and also reproduce. What is an organism? An organism is a living thing that have an organized structure. Organized structure means each and everything in the body of a living organism will be organized in a proper manner. What is the structure? The structure of a body, किस तरह से बॉडी बन रही है, कौन से टिश्यूज क्या पार्ट आपकी बॉडी का बनाएंगे, कौन से ऑर्गन किन टिश्यूज से बनते हैं, दैट इज कॉल्ड द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ योर बॉडी. एंड कैन ग्रो मीन्स हाउ योर बॉडी डेवलप ग्रो. आप जब अपनी एज आप देखते हैं, डे बाय डे आप ग्रो कर रहे होते हैं, आपकी हाइट बढ़ रही होती है, आपकी हेल्थ इंप्रूव हो रही थी. हाउ इज दिस पॉसिबल? दिस इज पॉसिबल ड्यू टू द प्रोसेस ऑफ ग्रोथ. न्यू सेल्स का बनना, दैट इज कॉल्ड ग्रोथ. डेवलप, आपकी बोन्स में डेवलपमेंट होती है. बोन्स आपकी डे बाय डे जो है उसकी उसमें डेवलपमेंट होती है. वो स्ट्रांग होने के साथ साथ उनकी जो साइज है उसमें भी आप चेंज देखते हैं. जब आप छोटे थे तो आपकी बोन्स का साइज कुछ और था. जैसे जैसे आपकी ग्रोथ हुई, योर बोन साइज विल इंक्रीज जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ the cells, as well as the process of reproduction. Process in which a new individual is formed from the parent cell. This is called reproduction. So what is an organism? An organism is a living thing that have an organized structure that can grow, जो grow भी करे, डेवलप भी हो और उससे दूसरे ऑर्गेनिजम्स भी बने, उसे हम कहते हैं ऑर्गेनिज्म. अब ये ऑर्गेनिज्म कैसे बनता है, इस तमाम चीज को, इस तमाम प्रोसेस को हम स्टडी करेंगे इन दिस चैप्टर दैट स्टार्ट्स फ्रॉम सेल टू ऑर्गेनिज्म. कि इसका बनना स्टार्ट तो सेल से होगा, इट विल बिगिंस फ्रॉम द सेल, बट आहिस्ता आहिस्ता इसमें दूसरी चीजें भी बनेंगे. लेट्स सपोज सेल्स कंबाइन होंगे तो क्या बनेंगे, टिश्यूज. टिश्यूज कंबाइन होंगे तो क्या बनेगा, ऑर्गन. When many organs combine together, a system is formed called organ system. And when many organ systems combine together, then an organism is formed. So this is a brief introduction of your chapter कि हम इस chapter में पढ़ने क्या जा रहे हैं. We will start from cell and we will end on the organism. Let again come to the topic of cell. What is cell? Cell is the basic unit of an organism. Cell क्या है, किसी भी organism की एक basic unit. Now my question is, what is basic unit? Everything in this universe, either they are living things or नॉन लिविंग थिंग्स. कोई भी चीज जो इस दुनिया में मौजूद है, चाहे वो लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म हो, चाहे वो नॉन लिविंग थिंग हो, दे आर मेड अप ऑफ सम बेसिक यूनिट. इफ यू लुक अराउंड इन अ रूम विच यू आर सिटेड, जिस कमरे में आप बैठे हुए हैं उसकी दीवारें भी किसी ना किसी बेसिक यूनिट से बनी होंगी. इफ यू लुक एट द वॉल, द बेसिक यूनिट ऑफ वॉल विल बी अ ब्रिक. एक ईंट, जब एक ईंट रखी गई तो वो उसका बेसिक यूनिट था. जब बहुत सारी ईंट कंबाइन होती गई, बहुत सारे ब्रिक्स जुड़ते चले गए तो कंप्लीट एक वॉल बन गई. जस्ट लाइक दैट अ ह्यूमन बॉडी फॉर्म, जस्ट लाइक दैट एन ऑर्गेनिज्म इज मेड. पहले एक सेल है, बहुत सारे सेल्स कंबाइन होंगे तो टिश्यूज बनेंगे, बहुत सारे टिश्यूज कंबाइन होंगे तो ऑर्गन्स बनेंगे, जब बहुत सारे ऑर्गन्स कंबाइन होंगे तो ऑर्गन सिस्टम्स बनेंगे, जब ऑर्गन सिस्टम बहुत सारे कंबाइन होंगे तो क्या बन जाता है, होल ऑर्गेनिज्म. लाइक वी हैव रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम, डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम, रिप्रोडक्टिव सिस्टम, एक्सक्रीटरी सिस्टम, नर्वस सिस्टम. ऑल दीज सिस्टम्स आर कंबाइंड टुगेदर टू मेक अ होल बॉडी ऑफ एन ऑर्गेनिज्म. वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस all these things in this chapter. So if we talk about the basic unit of non-living things, so the basic unit of non-living thing is an atom. What is an atom? The smallest particle of any matter. This is called an atom. Okay, if we talk about the living things, लिविंग थिंग्स की बेसिक यूनिट क्या होती है हमारे पास, सेल. रिमेंबर व्हाट इज द बेसिक यूनिट ऑफ लिविंग थिंग, इट इज कॉल्ड cell. That's why the definition of cell defined as the cell is the basic unit of every living organism. If we talk about the structure of cell, how it looks like, then a cell, okay students, if we talk about the structure of cell, then cell, the cell is a chamber like part of a body. If you look at this is a outer part of cell, that is called cell membrane. Inside this cell membrane there is a jelly like substance which is actually a fluid. एक jelly like fluid like पानी की तरह का एक substance होता है, that is called cell cytoplasm. inside the cell, in center of a cell, there is a spherical body which we call nucleus. Nucleus is also called the brain of cell. Inside the nucleus, there are some thread-like structures which we call chromosomes. And these chromosomes are made up of DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid, and genes which have all the information of a पेरेंट सेल. किसी भी ऑर्गेनिज्म की हाइट कैसी होनी चाहिए, उसका स्ट्रक्चर कैसा होना चाहिए, उसका कलर टोन कैसा होना चाहिए, बहुत सारी चीज़ें, जो आपकी बॉडी में जितने भी कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स होती हैं उन तमाम चीज़ों की इंफॉर्मेशन होती है जीन्स और डीएनए के पास, और ये दोनों चीज़ें मिलकर बनाती हैं क्रोमोसोम्स. एंड दीज क्रोमोसोम्स आर लोकेटेड इनसाइड द न्यूक्लियस. दैट्स व्हाई न्यूक्लियस इज कॉल्ड द ब्रेन ऑफ सेल. दिस इज द सिंपलेस्ट स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ अ सेल. नाउ आई एम गोइंग टू गिव यू द discovery, how cell discovered, who discovered the cell, and how it was discovered. This is also called the origin of cell. Discovery or origin of cell. सेल कैसे डिस्कवर हुआ, लोगों को इसके बारे में नॉलेज कैसे मिली. So in 1665, a scientist named Robert Hooke. He was experimenting on a cork, a part of a plant cell. He was observing this cork cell inside the microscope. कहाँ पर वो कर रहा था उसको ऑब्जर्व? cork क्या है? It's a part of plant जिसे वो ऑब्जर्व कर रहा था अंडर द माइक्रोस्कोप. Here another term I use, that is called microscope. Basically what is microscope? Microscope is an instrument that is used to see those objects which we cannot see with our naked eye. ऐसी तमाम चीज़ें जो हम अपनी आम आँख से नहीं देख सकते, जिसके लिए हमें मैग्नीफाइंग लेंसेज की ज़रूरत पड़ती है, वो तमाम चीज़ें हम देखते हैं थ्रू द इंस्ट्रूमेंट कॉल्ड माइक्रोस्कोप. So he was observing the cork cell through the microscope. As you can see, this is a instrument which we call microscope. Whenever we want to see a organism which we can never see with our normal eye or with the naked eye, so we can see through this microscope. We will discuss all the parts of microscope after completing the origin or the discovery of cell. Okay, so he was observing the cork cell under the microscope. He found some chamber like structure. क्या नजर आया उसे? कुछ chambers नजर आए. That he called that he named cell, जिसे उसने क्या नाम दिया? Cell. So in 1665, cell was first time discovered by Robert Hooke while he was observing a cork cell of a plant. After that, in 1831, another scientist named Robert Brown, he observed a spherical body called nucleus. He just discovered that cell is a chamber-like structure, nothing else he found. When he discovered the cell, उसने सिर्फ क्या चीज़ देखी कि कुछ chambers है, इसके अलावा उसे कुछ observe नहीं हुआ. After Robert Hooke, another scientist worked on cell, so he found a spherical body called nucleus. सबसे पहले क्या चीज़ discover हुई कि एक chamber है. After that he discovered this nucleus. Who discovered this nucleus? Robert Brown. Who discovered the nucleus? Robert Brown discovered the nucleus. And after that some other scientists worked on the cell, and they present the cell theory. There were two scientists, M.J. Sheldon and T. Shavon. Two other scientists worked on the cell and they present a cell theory in 1839. They were M.J. Sheldon and Shavon. They present the cell theory in which they present total 3 points. The first point describes the cell, that is, all the organisms are made up of cells. What did they say? All the organisms are made up of cell, as we have discussed earlier in the beginning of the chapter, that all the organisms are made up of cells. and cell is the basic structural and functional unit of life. The third point is most important point, that is a new cell always arise from the pre-existing cell. What I said, the third point is very important, new cells arise from pre-existing cells. What does it mean? Whenever you have cut or wound on your body, अगर कभी आपके हाथ पे कट लग जाता है, after 2 or 3 days the damaged cells will repair. How they repair? कि कैसे repair हो गए? ये इस तरह से repair होता है कि जो आपके पहले से cells मौजूद होते हैं, that we call pre-existing cells. पहले से मौजूद cells जो होते हैं उन्हें pre-existing cells कहा जाता है. These cells divide and form new cells. These cells divide and then they form new cells. This is called a cell division. This process is called a simplest cell division. जब आपकी growth हो रही होती है तब भी यही process हो रहा होता है, जब damaged tissues की repairing हो रही होती है तब भी यही process हो रहा होता है. So the third point also defines or describe the most important property of cell, that a new cell arise from the pre-existing cell. This is all about the origin of or discovery of cell. Now I am going to discuss about the organisms on the basis of cell. Cells की basis पर हम किस तरह से organisms को describe करते हैं. Types of organisms on the basis of cell. On the basis of cells, we have two types of organisms, unicellular organisms and multicellular organisms. If you look at this chart, you will see two types of organism. The first one is called unicellular organism, the second one is called multicellular organism. The simplest difference between these two types of cell or these two types of organism is that if you look at this term uni means one. So an organism which is made up of one cell. ऐसे तमाम organisms जो एक सेल से बनते हैं, they are called unicellular living organism. If you look at on your hand, you will not find the bacteria which is always present on your hand. अगर आप अपने हाथों को देखो, आपको कोई बैक्टीरिया, कोई जर्म्स नजर नहीं आते, जबकि वो एनी टाइम आपकी स्किन के ऊपर मौजूद होते हैं. Why you cannot see these cells? Because they are unicellular living organism and our eye has does not have that kind of magnification power that can enable us to see these microorganisms. So we cannot see the unicellular organism. What are unicellular organism? Organism which is made up of one cells. Organisms that are made up of one cells, they are called unicellular organisms, and the organisms made up of one or more than one cells are called multicellular organisms. If you look at this plant, as you can see, the leaves, stem, so these are the multicellular parts. This plant is called multicellular organism because it is made up of multiple cells and we can see it with our naked eye. So the second difference is that we cannot see the unicellular organism, we can see them only by microscope. We can observe them by microscope, which is I have already पहले ही मैं आपको इसको दिखा चुकी हूँ. This is a microscope. If you want to see the unicellular organism, you can use this microscope. But if we talk about the multicellular organism, there is no need of microscope. You can see this plant clearly. They can be seen by naked eye. If we talk about the examples of unicellular organism, then you can see amoeba. This is a unicellular organism. It has irregular shape. This is paramecium. This is also unicellular organism. If we talk about bacteria, you are very familiar with this. This is also a unicellular organism. If we talk about multicellular organisms examples, this is a plant, you can see it clearly, you can see the frog clearly, you can see me clearly, I am also a multicellular organism. This is all about organisms on the basis of cell. Now my next topic is microscope. Okay. Students, what is microscope? Microscope is basically an instrument used to observe unicellular organisms. What is microscope? This is a microscope. This microscope is used to see the unicellular organism, these kind of organism which we cannot see with our naked eye, just like bacteria which is present on your hand, you cannot see it clearly with your naked eye, you can see it with a microscope. Basically we have one type of microscope, that is called compound microscope. We have compound microscope. Actually it is called compound microscope just because it has it has three lenses. As you can see, these are the objective lens which we use to see the object. Now the question is, what is object? If you see this slide, this is a glass slide on which an organism is present which you cannot see with your naked eye. If you want to see this organism through the help of this objective lens, so you can see it clearly. So this object present on the glass slide is called specimen. What is object? The organism which is present on the glass slide, which you cannot see with your naked eye and can only be seen by the help of this instrument called microscope. This is called specimen. So let's start to study the parts of this microscope. Actually, in our schools and colleges, we have two types of microscopes that are included in compound microscope, this one and that one. It is a light microscope, but actually it is a compound microscope. We call it light microscope due to the source of light. They both have source of light. If you look at this compound microscope, you will see this reflective mirror. This reflective mirror is used to provide the source of light if there is no electricity present in your labs. अगर आपकी lab में electricity नहीं है, in this situation we will use this kind of microscope in which we have the reflective mirror to see the specimen, to see the object. जिस चीज़ को हम देखना चाह रहे हैं माइक्रोस्कोप से उसे क्लियरली देखने के लिए we will use this reflective mirror. इससे रिफ्लेक्शन जाएगी और रिफ्लेक्शन बेसिकली किसकी होगी? जो लाइट सनलाइट इसके ऊपर स्ट्राइक करेगी, लाइट रे जो इस पर स्ट्राइक करेगी, दैट लाइट रे विल रिफ्लेक्ट बैक थ्रू दिस होल. एज यू कैन सी दिस होल, ये लाइट रे यहाँ से पास होगी और जब आपका यहाँ पर ये ऑब्जेक्ट, ये स्पेसिमेन जो स्लाइड पर मौजूद है रखा हुआ होगा तो आप लेंसेज के जरिए से क्लियरली देख सकते हैं. इफ वी टॉक अबाउट दिस लाइट माइक्रोस्कोप, दिस माइक्रोस्कोप इज यूज इन दैट एनवायरनमेंट वेयर देयर इज नो सनलाइट. अब अगर हमें सनलाइट के बगैर एक लैब मिल रही है तो उस सिचुएशन में हम कौन सी माइक्रोस्कोप यूज करेंगे? उस सिचुएशन में हम ये वाली माइक्रोस्कोप इस्तेमाल नहीं कर सकते बिकॉज देयर इज नो सनलाइट. सो वी विल यूज दिस लाइट माइक्रोस्कोप विच इज ऑल्सो अ टाइप ऑफ कंपाउंड माइक्रोस्कोप. इन दिस लाइट माइक्रोस्कोप द लाइट सोर्स इज प्रोवाइडेड through the electricity. Whenever we switch on the button, this chamber will project the light upward. As you can see, this is a light source. यहाँ से लाइट निकलेगी, ऊपर की तरफ जाएगी, यहाँ से पास होती हुई, ये स्टेज से होती हुई स्पेसिमेन पर स्ट्राइक करेगी and you can see the specimen or the object clearly. Let's start to study the parts of microscope individually. First of all, we have this eyepiece. As you can see, this is the eyepiece. This is a lens which we use to see the object. क्या करते हैं हम? सबसे पहले हम इस लेंस को यहाँ पर इस ट्यूब में डालते हैं. दैट ट्यूब इज अ hollow tube which we call a body tube. Inside this we put this lens. आमतौर पर यूजुअली वी यूज 10x लेंस. 10 गुना जो है हमें ऑब्जेक्ट को बड़ा करके दिखाता है, 10 टाइम्स मैग्नीफाई कर हमें दिखाता है ऑब्जेक्ट. इससे हम बहुत क्लियरली देख सकते हैं. दिस इज कॉल्ड आई पीस. वी पुट इट इनटू द बॉडी ट्यूब. दिस इज अ हॉलो ट्यूब विच वी कॉल बॉडी ट्यूब. एज यू कैन सी, दिस इज द आई पीस और ये क्या कहला रहा है? हमारा बॉडी ट्यूब. Okay, after the body tube we have a revolving disc that holds low power lens as well as high power lens. If you look at this microscope, the rotating disc have 3 objective lens of different powers. It has magnifying power 45 degree centigrade. This lens has magnifying power 5x and this has magnifying power 10x. ये हमें 10 गुना ज़्यादा बड़ा कर चीज़ों को दिखाएगा. ये जो है हमें 45 टाइम्स ग्रेटर कर दिखाएगा और ये वाला लेंस जो है वो 5 टाइम्स 5 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 10 50 टाइम्स. हम करते क्या है, एक्चुअली हम अपने ऑब्जेक्टिव लेंस को अपने आई पीस के लेंस से मल्टीप्लाई करते हैं. इफ़ वी हैव अ 10x लेंस एंड वी आर seeing the object through this objective lens, that is 10x. 10 multiplied by 10 is equals to 10 multiplied by 10 is equals to 100. It means अगर मैं ये slide देख रही हूँ, if I look at the slide by using the 10x lens and the objective lens is also 10, then I can see the object 100 times greater. कितनी गुना ज़्यादा बड़ा हमें object नजर आएगा? 100 times. If we use this 10x lens and objective lens is 45, then we will multiply 10 with 45. The object will appear 450 times greater. If we are using 10x eyepiece and 5x objective lens, then it will appear 50 times greater than their original size. This is called nose piece, which holds different lenses. These lenses are called objective lens. As you can see, this is a nose piece and these are the objective lens of different magnification power. After that, we have a stage. What is a stage? A place where we put the slide, where we place the slide to see the specimen. Then we have stage clips. As you can see, these are the stage clips. We use them to hold the slide. Slide move ना करे, जहाँ उससे हमें फिक्स किया है, जहाँ पर लाइट सोर्स हमें क्लियरली मिल रही है, अगर उसे हमें वहाँ पर फिक्स करना है, वी यूज दिस स्टेज क्लिप्स. एज यू कैन सी, दिस इज a stage clip present also here. After that we have condenser. As you can see, this is called condenser. This controls the amount of light. कितनी रोशनी की ज़रूरत है, ज़्यादा रोशनी की ज़रूरत है, कम रोशनी की ज़रूरत है. It will adjust through this condenser. But in this light microscope, this is called diaphragm, which is present over here. After that, we have this arm. As you can see, this is the arm which connects the body tube with the base. Body tube को base के साथ connect करने वाली जो rod है, that's called arm. इसे हम होल्ड करते हैं. अगर हमें प्लेस चेंज करनी है माइक्रोस्कोप की, वी विल यूज दिस आर्म. इफ वी वांट टू एडजस्ट द लाइट, वी विल यूज दिस आर्म. आफ्टर दैट यू कैन सी, दिस इज द बेस. It provides support and stability to the microscope, and here we also have a base that provides stability and support to the microscope. We have two adjustment knobs. As you can see, this is a adjustment knob called coarse adjustment knob. It is used to move the body tube. In this microscope, it is used to move the body tube to adjust the magnification power. As you can see, जब हम इसे ऊपर नीचे करेंगे तो हमें इस इमेज को क्लियरली देखने में मदद मिलेगी. जहाँ पर इमेज क्लियरली नजर आने लगे, हम वहाँ पर इस एडजस्टमेंट कोर्स एडजस्टमेंट नॉब को रोक देते हैं. बट हियर वी हैव डिफरेंट फंक्शन ऑफ कोर्स एडजस्टमेंट नॉब. क्लियरली इमेज तो दिखाने के लिए इसको यूज करेंगे, बट इन दिस माइक्रोस्कोप इट इज यूज टू मूव द स्टेज. यहाँ पर स्टेज मूव नहीं कर रहा. एज यू कैन सी, दिस कोर्स एडजस्टमेंट नोब जस्ट मूव द बॉडी ट्यूब. ये सिर्फ बॉडी ट्यूब को मूव करवा रहा है. लेकिन जब हम लाइट माइक्रोस्कोप यूज करते हैं, बॉडी ट्यूब कैन नेवर बी मूव. अगर आप देखो तो यहाँ कोई एडजस्टमेंट नोब मौजूद नहीं है. द कोर्स एडजस्टमेंट नोब इज प्रेजेंट ओवर देयर एंड इट इज यूज टू मूव द स्टेज. स्टेज अप एंड डाउन होगा. ठीक है, दिस इज वन डिफरेंस. अनदर वन डिफरेंस बिटवीन दीज टू माइक्रोस्कोप्स. एंड देन वी हैव अ फाइन एडजस्टमेंट नोब. अगर हमें इमेज को क्लियरली देखना है, वी विल यूज दिस फाइन एडजस्टमेंट नोब. So these are the parts of light microscope and the simple. Basically, they both are compound microscope, but the difference is the source of light. Here we have the source of light as reflective mirror. Here we have the source of light just as a type of electricity. Through the electrons, we receive the light. Let's sum up the parts of microscope. First of all, we have eyepiece, then we have body tube, then we have nose piece which holds the different lenses. After that, we have stage. Over the stage we have a specimen slide which is holded by stage clip. After that we have condenser, which controls the amount of light. It is also called diaphragm. Then we have reflective mirror in this microscope, and in this microscope we have source of light, and then we have arm and the base. This is all about the parts of microscope and their functions. The next part of today's lecture is difference between a plant cell and an animal cell with their comparison. Okay students, so this is the difference between a plant cell and animal cell, which are showing here diagrammatically. If you look at the diagram of a typical plant cell or a typical animal cell, you will see some parts of the cells similar, and there are some differences also present between a plant cell or animal cell. That's why we are called them a plant cell or an animal cell. If you remember, we have discussed the basic structure of a cell, that include cell membrane, cytoplasm and the nucleus. Here we are discussing the detailed structure of a plant cell and an animal cell with their comparison, that includes similarities as well as differences. If you look at both diagrams, they both have a cell membrane. If you look at the outer membrane of this cell, this one is called cell membrane, as well as this animal cell has also a cell membrane. This membrane is called cell membrane, and if you look at this outer membrane, it is also a cell membrane. What is cell membrane? It is a permeable membrane that allow specific or certain molecules to their movement in and out of the cell. कुछ स्पेसिफिक चीज़ों की मूवमेंट को ये अलाउ करता है, कुछ स्पेसिफिक सॉल्ट्स हैं, मिनरल्स हैं, जिनकी मूवमेंट इन एंड आउट ऑफ द सेल होती है थ्रू द सेल मेम्ब्रेन, एंड इट इज ऑल्सो अ प्रोटेक्टिव कवरिंग फॉर द एनिमल सेल. And then the second thing which is common between a plant cell and an animal cell is the cytoplasm. If you look at this jelly like substance, which is green in color here and yellowish color in here, this jelly like substance is called cytoplasm. Inside the cytoplasm of both plant cell and an animal cell, there are some cell organelles, parts of cells that perform different functions. We are not discussing here the detailed parts of cell organelle, but the most important cell organelle which we need to discuss is mitochondria. As you can see, this orange structure which I mentioned here with the orange marker, these structures, this one and that one, is called mitochondria. What are mitochondria? Mitochondria are basically the powerhouse of the cell. They are called the powerhouse of the cell because all the processes of synthesis and breakdown of biomolecules means proteins, carbohydrates, fats, these are made up by the help of mitochondria, and they break down to release energy by the help of mitochondria. All these kind of metabolic activities are controlled by mitochondria. That's why these mitochondria are also called the powerhouse of the cell. And if we talk about a plant cell and animal cell, they both have mitochondria, they both have cytoplasm, they both have cell membrane, and after that the common part of cell they have is the vacuole. If you look at these two diagrams, this whole part which is colored with yellow, this is called a vacuole. This is a space inside the cell. It is also present in an animal cell, but the size is changed. In a plant cell has only one large vacuole which stores cell sap. वैक्यूल क्या है? खाली स्पेस है जिसके अंदर क्या चीज फिल्ड हुई होती है. इनसाइड द वैक्यूल देयर इज अ सेल सैप, अ लिक्विड which contain sugar, salts and minerals in plant cells, whereas the vacuole in an animal cell, which is smaller in size, and they are more than one. In a plant cell has only one vacuole, but animal cell has more than one vacuole, but they are smaller in size, it is large in size. अगर आप प्लांट सेल का वैक्यूल देखें तो जितनी भी सेंटर में आपको स्पेस नजर आ रही है, दिस इज अ वन वैक्यूल. इफ यू लुक एट द डायग्राम ऑफ एन एनिमल सेल, these yellow spherical bodies, these are called vacuoles. They are more than one, but they are smaller in size. Inside the vacuole of an animal cell, there is also cell which contain waste products, sugar, minerals, and salts. If we talk about the function of vacuole in plant cell and animal cells, so that their function is to store water, but in plant cell it has another function to make the प्लांट सेल फिल्म, उसको जो एक प्रॉपर स्ट्रक्चर मिल रहा होता है वो उसकी वो जो है वो वैक्यूल की वजह से भी मिल रहा होता है. ठीक है. इफ वी टॉक अबाउट द अनदर common part of both plant cell and animal cell is the most important part, which we also call the brain of cell, nucleus. If you look at this, the nucleus is present at the upper side, but in a plant cell, animal cell, it is present in center of an animal cell. In a plant cell, it is present on the upper side just because it has a large vacuole. पूरी जगह तो vacuole ने ही cover कर ली है, तो जो इसका nucleus है वो थोड़ा सा ऊपर की तरफ move कर गया. But in an animal cell, because there are so many small vacuoles, so the nucleus has a space. So it is placed in the center of the animal cell, and as we have earlier discussed, that nucleus is a brain of cell which contain chromosome, which is made up of DNA and gene, which have all the information of an organism. If we talk about the difference, we have discussed similarities. They both have mitochondria, they both have nucleus, they both have cell membrane, they both have cytoplasm, they both have vacuole. If we talk about the difference between a plant cell and animal cell, so the first and the main difference between plant cell and animal cell is that a plant cell has cell wall. This outer membrane is called cell wall. As you look at here, the outer membrane of a plant cell is called cell wall, which is absent in an animal cell. Why it is present in a plant cell and absent in an animal cell? Because in a plant cell there is no bones. There are no bones to give them a proper shape. So for the rigidity and support, plant cell and for the regular shape, plant cell has a cell wall, whereas animal cell has, as you can see, it has an irregular shape just because of the absence of cell, and we have bones to हमारे पास बोन्स मौजूद है जिसकी वजह से हमारी पूरी प्रॉपर बॉडी शेप मेंटेन हो जाती है. दैट्स व्हाई वी डू नॉट नीड सेल वॉल, बट वी हैव प्रोटेक्टिव कवरिंग आउटसाइड आवर बॉडी, दैट्स कॉल्ड स्किन. ओके. Another difference between the plant cell and animal cell is that plant cell has chloroplast. As you can see, this green structure, these are called chloroplast. Inside the chloroplast there are disc shaped structures which contain green pigment called chlorophyll. अगर आप क्लोरोप्लास्ट की डायग्राम को देखें तो इसमें आपको डिस्क शेप स्ट्रक्चर्स नजर आते हैं. दीज डिस्क शेप स्ट्रक्चर्स कंटेन ग्रीन पिगमेंट्स कॉल्ड क्लोरोफिल. क्या मौजूद है इसमें? ग्रीन पिगमेंट मौजूद है विच वी कॉल्ड क्लोरोफिल. क्या कहते हैं हम उसे? क्लोरोफिल, जिसकी मदद से प्लांट सनलाइट ट्रैप करते हैं और अपना फूड प्रिपेयर करते हैं. इफ यू लुक एट एन एनिमल सेल, देयर इज नो क्लोरोप्लास्ट. एनिमल सेल में कोई क्लोरोप्लास्ट मौजूद नहीं होता. दैट्स व्हाई वी कैन नॉट मेक, आवर बॉडी कैन नॉट मेक आवर फूड बाय आवरसेल्व्स. हमारी बॉडी हमारा फूड खुद प्रिपेयर नहीं करती, बल्कि हमें खाना पड़ता है. वेयर एज प्लांट्स डू नॉट ईट फूड. प्लांट्स को खाना खाने की जरूरत नहीं होती. देयर ओन बॉडी में मेक देयर ओन फूड बाय द प्रोसेस ऑफ फोटोसिंथेसिस, अ प्रोसेस इन विच प्लांट्स मेक देयर फूड इन द प्रेजेंस ऑफ सनलाइट बाय यूजिंग कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड गैस एंड वाटर. सो this is another difference between a plant cell and animal cell. And the last difference between the plant cell and animal cell is that plant cell is generally bigger in size than an animal cell. plant cell का size आमतौर पर animal cell के size से बड़ा होता है. This is all about the similarities as well as difference between a plant cell and an animal cell. Now the next topic is cell division. What is our next topic? Our next topic is cell division. What is cell division? If you look at your body, जब आप छोटे थे तो आपकी हाइट कुछ और थी, आपकी हेल्थ कुछ और थी. आफ्टर फ्यू मंथ्स और आफ्टर फ्यू ईयर्स यू ग्रो अप. आपकी बॉडी ग्रो कर रही है. आपकी बॉडी में आपकी बॉडी में ग्रोथ हो कैसे रही है? ड्यू टू इंक्रीज इन नंबर ऑफ सेल्स, आपकी बॉडी के सेल्स के नंबर्स बढ़ रहे हैं। हाउ इज इट पॉसिबल? ये कैसे पॉसिबल है कि बॉडी के सेल्स के नंबर्स इंक्रीज हो? रिमेंबर वन थिंग, सेल का साइज इंक्रीज नहीं होता, सेल की एक लिमिट होती है जहां तक उसका साइज इंक्रीज होता है, उस लिमिट के बाद सेल का साइज इंक्रीज नहीं होता, बल्कि क्या होता है, सेल डिवाइड हो जाता है, सेल्स के नंबर्स बढ़ते हैं। जब आपकी ग्रोथ हो रही होती है तो सेल का साइज नहीं बढ़ रहा होता, बल्कि सेल्स के नंबर्स बढ़ रहे होते हैं। सो दिस प्रोसेस इज कॉल्ड सेल डिवीजन। व्हाट इज सेल डिवीजन? द स्प्लिटिंग अप ऑफ सेल of parent cell into new daughter cells. The splitting of a parent cell into two new daughter cells which are identical to their parent cells. What is cell division? The splitting up of a parent cell. Parent cells means the pre-existing cell, एक cell जो कि पहले से मौजूद है. If it take the example of a bacterial cell, simplest example of the bacterial cell we can take. This is a bacterial cell which we call rod-shaped bacteria. This rod-shaped bacteria can divide into two bacterial cell within 20 minutes. 20 मिनट के अंदर अंदर एक bacterial cell दो bacterial cell में easily divide हो सकता है. If we talk about the structure of this bacterial cell, this has cell wall, cell membrane, and inside there is a DNA. It does not have a proper nucleus. इसके पास proper nucleus नहीं होता, but they have the genetic material which we call DNA. First of all, होगा क्या इस cell में? It is a simplest form of cell. This DNA will make its copy. ये DNA क्या करेगा? अपनी कॉपी बनाएगा. Whenever it gets its approximate size, जब इस बैक्टीरियल सेल का एक approximate size आ जाएगा जिसके बाद इसमें मजीद ग्रोथ नहीं हो सकती, तो क्या होगा? DNA will make its copy. DNA इसकी कॉपी बनाएगा. This bacterial cell will make the copy of its DNA just like that. So first of all, what will divide? The DNA will divide. After that, the cytoplasm will also divide. The division of DNA is called karyokinesis and the division of cytoplasm is called cytokinesis. जब first of all क्या हुआ हमारे पास? karyokinesis हुआ, division of nucleus और DNA. As you can see here, बैक्टीरियल सेल ने क्या किया? अपने ही DNA की कॉपी बना ली. अब एक ही बैक्टीरियल सेल के अंदर कितने DNA हैं? 2 DNA. आफ्टर दैट क्या होगा कि जो साइटोप्लाज्म है, जो इसके अंदर फ्लूइड पार्ट होता है, वो डिवाइड होगा. व्हाट विल डिवाइड? आफ्टर दैट cytokinesis take place and cytoplasm will divide in this way. And a restriction wall will appear and at the end क्या होगा कि यहाँ से एक बैक्टीरियल सेल अलग हो जाएगा और वहाँ से दूसरा बैक्टीरियल सेल अलग हो जाएगा और इस तरह से दोनों के पास वही तमाम कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स होंगे जो इसके पेरेंट सेल के पास थे. दिस इज द डॉटर सेल एंड दिस वन इज द पेरेंट सेल. क्या हुआ? पेरेंट सेल के सबसे पहले DNA ने डिवीजन की, अपनी कॉपी बनाई. दिस प्रोसेस इज कॉल्ड कैरियोकाइनेसिस इन विच डिवीजन ऑफ न्यूक्लियस और DNA टेक्स प्लेस. आफ्टर दैट क्या हुआ? साइटोप्लाज्म डिवाइड हुआ. दिस इज द साइटोप्लाज्म. साइटोप्लाज्म की डिवीजन को हमने क्या कहा? कैरियोकाइनेसिस. और रिजल्ट में हमारे पास क्या हुआ न्यूक्लियस डीएनए अलग हो रहा है, बीच में एक वॉल बनना शुरू है और आफ्टर सम टाइम दे बोथ गेट सेपरेटेड, दोनों डॉटर सेल अलग अलग हुए, एक पेरेंट सेल था जिससे कितने डॉटर सेल बने, 2 डॉटर सेल बने. दिस होल प्रोसेस इज कॉल्ड सेल डिवीजन. द स्प्लिटिंग अप ऑफ अ पेरेंट सेल इनटू 2 न्यू डॉटर सेल्स व्हिच आर आइडेंटिकल टू देयर पेरेंट्स. आइडेंटिकल मींस व्हिच आर सिमिलर टू देयर पेरेंट्स. जो कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स उसके पेरेंट सेल के होंगे वही कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स उसके डॉटर सेल में भी ट्रांसफर होते हैं. दिस प्रोसेस इज कॉल्ड cell division. So student, this is all about today's lecture. What we have discussed today, we have discussed about the cell as the building block of living organism. After that we discussed the structure of cell, we discussed the discovery or the origin of cell, then we discussed about the types of organisms on the basis of cell. Then we compare between 2 types of compound microscopes. One has the light source and another one has a reflective mirror to see the object, to see the specimen. After that we discuss about the plant cell and animal cell and their comparison, which means their similarities. We have discussed their similarities as well as their differences, and at the last we discuss about a process called cell division. And in this process, for explaining this process, I took the example of a bacterial cell which can divide within a 20 minutes, the simplest process in which one parent cell divides into 2 daughter cell, and the daughter cell have the identical characteristics of their parents. Now what you have to do at your homework, note down the homework. First of all, read out page number 1 to 13 and then make a chart that's showing diagrammatical comparison between plant cell and animal cell, and also show diagrammatical representation of cell division. What I give you at your the homework, read out page number 1 to 13 and then make a chart that's showing the diagrammatical comparison between a plant cell and animal cell, which I have already discussed. Like this. You will also draw these 2 diagrams to show the comparison between the plant cell and an animal cell, and like this you will also show the diagrammatical representation of the process of cell division as I show here. Like this is a parent cell which is divided into 2 daughter cells. First DNA divided, and after that the cytoplasm also divided and the 2 daughter cells are formed. You can also show it by chart. You can also use the book to show this process. This process is also present in your book on the page number 30. This is your diary. What you have to do in your copies, cell division, for showing the diagrammatical representation of cell division, you can use the page number 13 of your book. And what you have to do in your copy, the school has provided you a content solution. As you can see, the page number 8 and 9, which is also written here, content solution, page number 8 and 9. You can use this page to do your classwork, which is already provided in solution form. If you look at the work of 1st July 2020 Wednesday, There is no review question. Here are few questions which are related to the topic, which are related to the lecture. You can see the answers also from page number 8 and 9. After that, on Thursday, there is again no review questions. There is also some questions related to the lecture. You will copy the question and answer from here. And on Friday, here are some questions. Question number 1, question number 2, 3, and 4, 5. You will do question 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from this content solution. You can see the questions from your book and write down the answer by taking the help of this content solution. This is all about today's lecture. In the next video, we will discuss the next topic, that is different cells for different functions. So we will meet in next video, inshallah. Till then, take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.